The mask making has evolved since March. I was in Vermont from March to June, and I changed designs maybe 3 or 4 times. It has strings that are made from t-shirt yarn, which is nice and soft and stretchy. And you can just kind of wear it down here on your chest, and you don't...
Instead of pulling it on and off your ears all the time.
Doesn't pull out your hearing aids or your earrings or, anything like that. So, well, shall I start at the beginning?
Yeah.
When I was 5? Yes, I learned to sew when I was 5. And I was in a 4-H club. And I loved it. My mom sewed, so there was sewing around the house. Lately, the past maybe 3 or 4 years, I have been very excited about repurposing, upcycling, keeping things out of the landfill, mainly. So I make tote bags out of grain sacks that are not recyclable. I make lots of things out of old jeans, tattered jeans that might get thrown out. I make bags, I make aprons, and I make lots of things out of old t-shirts. Anyway, when it came down to COVID in March, I returned from my sister's place in Puerto Rico, and I had to quarantine for 14 days. So I started making masks. There's tons of patterns online, and my friends, 2 friends of mine, were also making masks from the senior center. So we kind of collaborated, and we started making masks. I've experimented with a lot of different nose wires. It's just been fun. It's like a little adventure, and it makes this pandemic time more tolerable. I at least feel like I'm doing something to help people get through it. It's been very hard for me. I hardly ever get depressed about anything, but I do. I get down about this and about politics and all the things that are going on, but this keeps me going. I have thought a lot about it, though. Of why I do this. Sewing is meditative, also. It's like ironing, Your mind just goes. And it's also a challenge, not so much with the masks, because I can pump them out now, but if I have a project, like I had to do some sewing. It was a cover for this backboard on her bed. And boy, it was a real challenge. Mathematically, came out beautiful though. It was really nice. She's happy, and I'm happy. There's another thing that I just thought of too that is important about any craft. There's something about going from your head, thinking about it, or thinking how to do it, or whatever, to your hands. That is a real process. It's so interesting. And then to produce something, it's not like you're making dinner and they're gonna eat it, It's like, it's gonna last for a while. Hopefully. And they'll go on and on and on, yeah. So from March to June, I was making masks for the homeless shelter, for the food pantry, for people to hand out at the food pantry. My chiropractor was very interested, and so I had a basket of masks in his reception. and people were loving it. So I was collecting donations. My friends, many of my friends were asking for them. And yeah, I raised almost $900 for the homeless shelter. They had to move everybody out of the shelter, obviously, when COVID came, and they put them in these 2 hotels in town. So yeah, that's where the money went. So that was about 400, I think, 400 masks that I made in Vermont. Yeah, I was trying to keep track. Nadine thought it was, my sister thought it would be important to keep track. So I mailed them out to all my cousins and my sister in Paris. You know, it was pretty crazy. So when I got here, I thought, well, I think I will just continue to make these. And I inquired about the farmer's market if I could set up a little table there. Because normally I sell pirate costumes. We were not having a pirate festival this year, so I sew pirate costumes. Anyway, because I love to sew. Did I say that before? So I'm at the farmer's market, and it's been great. I bring my upcycle stuff and all the masks, and yeah, it's been really fun. I think last count I made almost 300 masks, and I'm just enjoying it. I'm going back to Vermont in about a week. I will continue to sew there and to sell there and to donate there, and yeah, I'll continue to make masks, obviously. If anybody wants to get in touch with me, I'd be happy to send them a mask. I'm not marketing them though. So this is a nose guard. Just trying to get it straight, and I have a little casing in there. Boop. Boop. Yeah. Then, oh, this is black. This is good. This is my wonderful t-shirt yarn, also known as tarn. It's way fun. 4 feet will do it. And then this is the job that my sister usually does. I make a bunch of masks. I pump them out like 10 or 12 at a time. And then she puts the nose wires in, and she puts the tarn in. This goes over your head, over your nose, under your chin, and pull it nice and tight. The scientists say that 2 layers of cotton with a snug fit, and this is a pretty snug fit, I think. Better than some. So, yeah, a little bow on your head or behind your head or wherever you want it, and done. It's important, if you listen to the science, that we have masks, that we use masks, that we wear masks. And if I can help that happen, I'd be glad to. I'm happy to. So at the market, we ask for a donation. And, you know, most people give us $5, but not everybody, you know. It doesn't matter to me at all. It's the important thing is that people have a mask that they like, they feel comfortable with, and that they'll wear. That's the important piece. I mentioned this before. Is that all right to repeat myself? I like it because it avoids my hearing aids It avoids my hearing aids or earrings. Well, and then the fun part comes with the fabric itself. I mean, it's endless, and that makes it really fun, I think.